Welcome everyone, I'm Fausto Carnevale, and today we'll briefly discuss about the taxes in Italy when regarding the real estate. This is a specific video if you have assets abroad and you are thinking to buy houses in Italy, or if you already live in Italy and you have already some assets in Italy. If this is the first time that you are watching our videos, my name is Fausto Carnevale, and we are the number one channel, English channel for tax strategies in Italy. We also cover other countries, and I will invite you to have a look to our website. So I did a title of this slide today. The title is Real Estate and SRL. Why? So we discussed last time, and you will see this week. We will have a video regarding the inheritance tax. Now there is a thing to consider. The main question is: I need to buy a house in Italy as a private, or I need to buy a house as a company with the company. And if I have some houses, what can I do to avoid the taxes in the future? Unfortunately, there is not a lot of things that you can do. If you want to buy houses in Italy, I would suggest first to ask yourself how much money I want to invest. For example, if you're saying I want to invest 1 million of euros, we can already consider opening an SRL, a limited responsibility company. If you want instead to invest only 100,000 euros, so a small apartment, you want to rent with an Airbnb or something like this, well, in this case, you can buy as a private person. Again, I will invite you to have a look to the video this week in our channel regarding the inheritance tax. So what happened when you will transfer the house at your children? And I also had and I also insert the link in the inserted the link in the description of the video. I'm reading an article just now about how you can do, or if you have if you want to put that house in a company. So a way to give your assets to transfer, this is the correct word, the assets to your family, is to build a limited responsibility company. And then you can transfer the shares of the company. Let's say that you have 2 3 children, you can transfer the shares of the company. The thing is, what happened when you put the houses inside into the company? Italy, we have these terms, which is conferimento, can be translated. I don't think it's the same in English, but so in Italy we are this word, this term when we are, let's say, creating the company and we are giving the assets to the company. We are transferring. So this is the correct word, transfer. Unfortunately, in Italy, you have to pay imposta di registro, which is a tax that is the 9% of the value of the house with a minimum of 1,000 euro. Now, you are lucky here because you have the imposta di registro 9%. So I'm putting the easiest case. You want to create an SRL as a private person. So it doesn't matter what kind of house of real estate you are transferring in the company. It can be an office, it can be an apartment, it can be a general building, it can be a mansion, a villa, as we say in Italy. You have to pay the 9% with a minimum of 1,000 euro, 7% for real estate that you use as a companies assets, like in Italy we call them immobili strumentali, so assets that you're using for the for work, for say producing, like offices, no? And if there are lands, you will pay 12%. So you may say, oh, 9% is a lot, but consider that 9% is calculated on the cadastral value, valore catastale. I'm speaking Italian sometimes because I know that you may understand some words. Um, so normally, the thing is, if you buy an apartment in Italy and it costs 200,000 euro, this is the market value. The cadastral value, valore catastale, it's lower. It's lower. So a strategy that I'm thinking like this here now is to, if you want to invest in Italy, best way to do it is via an SRL, via a limited responsibility company. Now consider one thing: transferring houses or transferring assets between companies, that can be expensive, because you need also an accountant, you need someone who certify the value of the house. And of course, as you can imagine, this service, it doesn't cost 100 euro. I would say on average 2000 euro. So the best way is to think what you first, how many houses you want to buy in Italy. Second, how old are you? I mean, I'm 30, almost 31. I can have a view of what my life can be in 10 years. If you are 60, you have a different view. I mean that you are maybe already thinking that you want to give all your houses to your children, to your spouse, or who knows. So this is the thing that you need to consider. There is no such thing as buy a house as a private or as a company. It depends of the value of the house. It depends how much you want to invest. Let's say it's quite easier to understand. Let's say how much you want to invest. Uh, so if you are transferring the house in the company, this operation is not considered for VAT purposes. Of course, if you have a company who do building construction, and you are transferring a house, in this case, you may be obliged to pay the VAT. So you also need to consider your tax history story. I mean, sorry. And another thing that I want to mention is you need to consider the deduction that you can have, because once you build an SRL, you also can deduct all the costs linked to the real estate, linked to the house, linked to the assets. You can deduct a lot of costs. Now, of course, there is no such thing as a perfect tax strategy. That's why we are here. But I will invite you to analyze when moving to Italy, and a lot of people contact us and they already know that they want to sell their houses in their home country. For instance, we have clients in Canada, United States. We are covering more than 10 countries. So the things get tricky when you are selling all the houses in the other country, and before investing in Italy, there are things that you need to know. It's not possible to say in 1 minute here, do this, do that. There are a lot of things where you need to compare also what is your main activity, your salary, or if you work as an independent. The best way to contact us, by the way, is via email. I will also remind here in the comments our email, info@esentaxa.com. If this is the first time that you are watching a video, we'll invite you to share with your friend or your people that might be interested in our content. This is a channel for freelancer and specialized for freelancer and entrepreneur who want to move to Italy or who are simply considering to move to Europe. We are specialized in Portugal, Italy, Belgium, and also now we are getting a knowledge and partnership for the Albania market. So if you have some questions, I will invite you to send us an email. Until next time, Fausto Carnevale, Esentaxa, enjoy your stay in Europe.